In more local news tonight, a recent child pornography arrest of a Lake City man is raising questions about explicit images created by artificial intelligence. A cyber tip about child sexual abuse material led Columbia County deputies to 26-year-old Randy Cook. Deputies say they found pornographic images of children on Cook's laptop. They also say they found sexually explicit images of minors that were generated by artificial intelligence, or AI. While those AI images are not illegal to create or possess, News4JAX reporter Eric Avanier explains why a cybersecurity expert believes the images are concerning.
How do you wish her to be clothed?
Cybersecurity expert Chris Hammer says federal and state laws are in place to protect children from being sexually exploited on the internet. But when it comes to artificial intelligence creating images of child sexual abuse,
if there's not an actual victim that has been harmed by this process, then the law finds itself unable to prosecute.
So it seems to me there's still a gray area there.
The gray area is only in the interpretation of the image. Is the image itself actually harmful, or the possession of it causing harm to another individual? Since nobody was actually posed or abducted or molested or abused to generate the image, there's no injured party.
26-year-old Randy Cook of Lake City is a registered sexual predator who was convicted of lewd and lascivious molestation while under investigation for being a sexual predator who was reportedly in possession of child sexual abuse material. He told investigators that he was part of a group called Make Lolly Legal. Hammer says lolly is a graphic style that portrays older women as underage girls.
They dress younger, they behave younger, squeaky voice, babyish behavior. So they really kind of blur the line between what is actually a minor and what is not.
According to this arrest report, Cook told the detective that Make Lolly Legal is a fantasy group with anime images of what appears to be children. The images Cook reportedly showed the detective were sexually explicit images of children that were generated by AI. Cook reportedly told the detective that AI images of children help him cope with his sexual issues. Hammer says what Cook told the detective is no different than saying he was self-medicating to treat an addiction, but self-medicating without professional counseling.
Is there a danger in any of this?
The danger is people that have this addiction, this glitch in their functioning, don't get appropriate treatment. And they continue to build fantasies around these images that they've generated.
Hammer showed us how easy it is to generate the images. All we needed was specific data to type into an AI program.
Generate a black superhero female who is athletic looking.
Female superhero.
In less than a minute, this was the image that was created, a black athletic female superhero with 3 arms. We later amended the data, and this was the final image.
So as you saw, the AI program can create almost any fantasy image. Hammer says the one potential, and I do want to stress potential problem, is if a fantasy involving images of underage girls crosses over to reality. So then the question becomes, what happens when the fantasy is not enough?
And certainly I understand the perspective of Mr. Hammer there talking about, hey, if it's a victimless crime or whatever, it's not really a crime. Are there images or limitations, I should say, to what a person can create?
So the program that he showed me, there are some limitations. There are some things that are put in place. So again, when you're making these images, there's certain words that you put in. Well, the program that he uses, there are certain words that are red flagged. So when you type those words in, it's not going to give you the image you want. However, there is a caveat to that. People who are bent on still producing these images have found ways to get around that by typing in other words that the program does not recognize. And that is how they're able to produce these explicit images.
Part of this new frontier here seems concerning at the least. Eric Avanier, thank you.
It's a lot I learned today.